Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to talk about how Silver Era bodybuilders used the lat machine for developing the legs. Yes, in the Silver Era, the pioneers of the iron game used anything and everything they had at their disposal to try and develop their physiques, and even the lat machine pull down was no exception. What essentially is a specialized cable pulley machine, the lat machine pull down was seen as a versatile piece of equipment that could be used to develop any body part really. And in a recent article I read from author Charles A. Smith, an excellent specialization routine for leg development was outlined using the lat machine pull down. Here's a photo, for example, where the person is lying down and what seems to be performing using iron boots connected to the lat machine. He's actually doing a knee extension and therefore training the quadriceps. And I'm going to outline this particular routine for you today. Enjoy. Now, the following thigh specialization routine was outlined by Charles A. Smith in this particular article, with the following three exercises performed first prior to any lat machine pull down specialization exercises for the legs. The first exercise to be performed is the deep knee bend, as shown here on the right, where the person is actually not performing a traditional back squat where you leave the heels planted on the floor. Instead, it's more like a hack squat where you have the heels being raised as you go down into the squat. So this is what a deep knee bend was like, what it was actually called in the Silver Era. This particular movement where you raise the heels as you bend and squat down. Now you choose a weight you can handle for 8 reps, and over the weeks, every single week you add 1 rep until you work up to 20 reps for 1 set. After you perform this first exercise, you move on to the vertical leg press. Choose a weight for 15 reps, and again, week by week, add 1 rep until you work up to 25 reps. Again, you only do 1 set of this, and then finally, the third exercise is you do a parallel back squat. Again, choose a weight for 8 reps, work up to 20 reps over the weeks. These 3 exercises are only performed for 1 set each prior to the lat machine specialization work for the thighs that I will now outline. When I first read this routine, I was amazed at how intelligent these Silver Era bodybuilders really were. I mean, they really used their equipment to their maximum. They really tried to make the most of what they had. And here we can clearly see that the cartoon of this particular trainee has his feet strapped to an iron boot, and the iron boot itself is strapped onto the lat machine, allowing him to work his legs essentially. So it's pretty ingenious of them. It's fantastic. Now I've listed the exercises, there's 5 of them in total, and I've given them a name that allows you to kind of work out the motion, because in the article itself they were just listed as exercises 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is not very descriptive. So I've chosen to give a descriptive name for each. The first exercise is a glute ham pull down. As the name suggests, you're going to be working the glutes and the hamstrings, and you're going to keep your legs straight as you pull the resistance down towards the floor, and you should of course start the exercise lying on the floor as shown in the cartoon. You choose a weight that you can perform for 10 reps, do this for 2 sets, and over the weeks add 1 rep per week, working up to 20 reps for 2 sets. The second exercise is a face up leg curl, and as the name suggests, you're going to use the hamstrings as you normally would in a leg curl to perform this kind of a half leg curl motion. Again, choose a weight you can perform for 10 reps for 2 sets and work up slowly over the weeks to 20 reps for 2 sets. Now the third exercise given in the routine to use with the lat machine pull down for leg development is obviously going to be now a knee extension. It's obvious from this picture that the person is lying face down and has their knees flexed, and they are basically extending their legs down. So it's a knee extension pull down. Again, choose a weight you can perform for 10 reps for 2 sets and work up slowly over the weeks up to 20 reps for 2 sets. The fourth exercise is now a face down leg curl. Just like the other one, it's kind of like a half leg curl motion. Choose a weight you can perform for 20 reps for 2 sets and work over the weeks up to 20 reps for 2 sets. The last exercise given in this routine is what I like to call like an adduction pull down. Basically, you're going to pull the weight downwards by adducting your leg towards the center of your body. And so by lying down on the floor, you can see you can allow the weight to pull your leg upwards from the side, and then you're going to use your adductors to adduct the leg back down. Again, choose a light weight, of course, that you can perform for 15 reps for 2 sets, and you work up over the weeks to perform 30 reps for 2 sets. And in this case, of course, you wouldn't necessarily use the iron boot, but you would use a belt or a strap. If you'd like to learn more about Silver Era bodybuilding techniques of how to develop different body parts, please visit www.goldenerabookworm.com, where I have several titles, especially regarding Steve Reeves' training routines, as shown here, developing the calves, how I developed my waist, and how I developed broad shoulders, all at www.goldenerabookworm.com. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on how Silver Era bodybuilders use the lat pull down machine to develop their legs. I mean, a lot of these exercises we see people nowadays in the gym, trainees at the cable pulley station performing some of these exercises, but I especially like this one because a lot of gyms do not have a glute ham raise machine, and this is a great substitute basically, because essentially you're using the same motion in reverse. If you don't know what a glute ham raise is, well then look it up and you'll see what I mean. But many gyms don't actually have this particular machine, and especially for the hamstring development, we are basically relegated to using motions that are like good mornings, or stiff-legged deadlifts, or its variants, Romanian deadlifts, etc., or leg curls, whereas this particular motion is very, I guess, different, and it's kind of like the glute ham raise. So I really like this particular variant, and I've never seen it before, and so I thought I'd really share this routine with you, because yeah, I mean, if you have limited equipment, you could always strap your legs, I mean, to a lat machine pull down or a cable station, and give your legs a different kind of resistance, a different feel, I guess. It's a very interesting look at how these Silver Era bodybuilders developed their physiques back then. Pretty amazing. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, leave me your comments, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, please donate via PayPal or become a patron. You can visit my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, for out-of-print books and courses on old-school bodybuilding. And please do get in touch if you want to pass on your bodybuilding books and magazines that I can always add to my collection. That's it for me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer to the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.